Welcome back, internet friends. Burners, they are trying to stop us. The weather is trying to stop us. The Rona is trying to stop us. The restrictions are trying to stop us. But still, there are adventurous, brave souls venturing out to camp and party in Black Rock Desert this Labor Day weekend. This video is to help fill you in and prepare. I've got a date with a Dust Devil from 2018 that wants a rematch, and I'm not backing down. I want to preface by saying this year will not look like the Burning Man you've seen in most YouTube videos, as this is just Plan B. The dust and harsh environment will be the same, but if you're expecting to see a 30-foot tall skeleton samurai, you might be disappointed. But what will be there are friends camping together, sharing goofy talents, and expressing ourselves, fulfilling a tradition in a place that in our hearts is holy. Now it's unclear just how many brave souls are going to venture to Black Rock Desert, but there are over 400 camps now listed on the map, and some people estimate over 25,000 people will be attending Plan B or the Renegade campout. Nothing has been organized. There have actually been so many things standing in the way of this gathering. Northern California and that part of Nevada recently was hit with terrible fires, and until the last couple days, the weather at Black Rock Desert has been not so pretty. Fortunately, there are people in a Facebook group that are updating each other. Mad props to everyone who's putting out positive, helpful information, because it does look like the weather is clearing up, but the fires caused some really bad air quality, and we have to pray that there are no new fires or weather problems that will affect this year. Also, a lot of people were super enthusiastic about not organizing this year, and they made special requests to the BLM. We wanted to be as official and informative and open about what was going on as possible, and the BLM responded with essentially saying no to almost every request that was put in. For example, there are special ordinances that were put in just for a 2-month period during what would be the burn. Ordinances like no structures may be built unless they are for protection from the elements, and no burning of structures, no lasers. They don't want people shining high-powered lasers and accidentally getting somebody in the eye, maybe causing that person blindness or harm. No lasers this year, guys. There's also no nudity this year because it isn't a private event. Imagine you going to a campground and, your friends are roasting hot dogs with their kids and somebody walks out naked. That's just really uncool. So we need to treat this area like it's not a private event. It's a public campground. They don't want porta potties to be serviced, and there's no gray water retrieval. Some of these things that camps wanted to provide and would have made things a lot easier, more sanitary for those camps and for people going, they kind of said, no, you can't do that. It's really important that we are radically self-reliant this year. In order to keep everyone safe and not destroy the place, people are gonna really have to pick up their shit. And that's one of the main themes for this year, is pick up your poop. I'm gonna offer a bunch of solutions. Hopefully you can come up with something so that you don't make a mess out there. This is an amazing post that was made in the Facebook group. It's essentially a Home Depot bucket with a couple trash bags, and you can use one of those kids' floaty tubes to make a toilet seat. Sit on that and poop in those bags, and you put some kitty litter or composting material. Put a lid on that. You could probably be okay between 2 people pooping in a bucket. You're gonna need some kind of solution like that. The 5-gallon poop buckets are probably what I'm gonna go with. If you wanna spend like $80, you can get a really nice looking compost toilet from Amazon. That's fine for you. I might do that as well because it is a really good looking toilet to have to go poop in. We're gonna make that bucket solution and then put a basic little pop-up tent that is used for camping showers. We're gonna have that around the toilet seat. That can kind of give privacy when we're doing our business. Another thing we're gonna bring are coyote bags. They're essentially human poop bags, but that's for on the go, if we're not at camp and nature does call, God forbid, we'll have these little poop bags from Coyote. Another person in the Facebook group did bring up a possible solution. He said he got a colon cleanse and he didn't go to the restroom for 4 days. So if you're doing a weekend on Playa and you want to be so bold, it's probably healthy too, you can get a colon cleanse. I think the majority of people coming this year will be bringing RVs and motorhomes, which makes the whole poop situation a lot easier because obviously you can poop in your motorhome, but you still have to spare how much you use the bathroom because there won't be gray water removal. I've made a couple videos about getting ready for Burning Man. I've made one about food preparation and I've made one about some items that you can bring. I'll put those links below in the description and you should definitely check out those videos if you're going to the burn this year. There's some special things that need to be brought up that will help you survive if you are going this year. There are some wonderful volunteers who are setting up a first aid station on what will be the Esplanade for Plan B. The volunteer medical station is looking for people to help. So if you can volunteer your time, contact them through the Plan B Facebook page. They'll be equipped to treat minor medical situations and they will have a radio to contact the outside. People are gonna have to be extra safe. There's no free food. I mean, people will probably share food out there, but in the past, Burning Man had like multiple places where you could go get a sandwich. This year, you're gonna have to be way more reliant with your food, with your sanitation, and everything that it takes to keep you comfortable and safe out there on Playa. And of course, the best way to stay safe at Black Rock Desert is to smash the like button. Another super important thing about this year is avoiding darkness. That means you need to be lit up. There's gonna be more people driving around in the dark of Playa at night, possibly, and you really need to be lit up for your safety. This is super easy to achieve. You can go to like a Walmart or Target and buy little battery powered click lights. You know, they have like a little watch battery. You're gonna need like 2 packs of that at least, or some L-wire. A headlamp will be really helpful, some kind of light so you can see. You want to brighten yourself up and brighten up your camp as well as your vehicle. Everything that you use, you want to be seen at night because it's going to be way more dangerous for you and people out there if everyone is dark. Every year, the Black Rock Desert takes some blood out of people. It does kill people. So we need to treat safety this year as important as we can. I will personally be out there and I will have some extra medical supplies. I made this burning heart heater. It's not an art piece. Art is not allowed. It's a heater to keep us warm from the elements, but it's in the shape of a heart. And if you find my white van with this burning heart next to it, that's my camp. And please come to me for help if you need anything. I will have some extra medical supplies, you know, some things for dehydration and stuff like that. We'll try to take care of people as much as we can while we're out there. Okay, another thing that's gonna save you out there if you're camping at Black Rock Desert, it's a good idea to get dry ice this year. Dry ice changed my entire experience in 2019. I didn't have to go get ice every day. And this year, that is not an option. There's not gonna be anyone selling ice at Black Rock Desert. Normally we go there and for $5, you can haul a bag of ice back to your camp and you can use that to keep your food cold. What I suggest this year is finding a place that sells dry ice. If you can get it wholesale, that's even better. But you wanna get 2 coolers. One of them is gonna be your dry ice things and you're gonna keep that frozen most of the time or sealed, except to reach in and grab food that you wanna thaw out. And then you have a second cooler that's gonna have your ice and your cold water, and it's gonna have things that you just wanna be able to grab easily. Anything you don't want to freeze, because if anything you put in your ice chest with dry ice will completely freeze. It'll turn to a popsicle. So you need a second cooler for things that you don't wanna freeze. So dry ice is gonna really help you if you go out there and you don't have a refrigerated RV. Now we need to talk about safety first, not safety third. That's the joke at Burning Man every year, is safety third. This year, if you live by safety third, you might not make it home. It's so important that every time you leave your camp, you need to have essential things on you. I want you to do a check of all your gear. Treat yourself like a video game character going off on a very difficult mission. Do I have water? Do I have a snack? Do I have a light? If it's nighttime, you need to have goggles that are clear, because you can't see if you have shaded, tinted goggles for daytime at night. So do you have your night goggles or your day goggles? Do you have some sort of mouth protection just in case you're caught in a whiteout? I've been through whiteouts before where I could not see anything, and this was the regular burn where there was streets designated and there were aisles and bright lights, and I remember not being able to see in front of my own face like 2 feet because the whiteout was so strong. You need to have the clear goggles for night, and some tinted ones help for the day because they protect from the sun. And then I bring an N95 mask. So some kind of N95, just have it in your pocket. And if God forbid you are in a complete dust storm whiteout, you can put on your goggles, your mask, your lights, so hopefully people can see you, and you can slowly move until you find somewhere safe. In many cases, I've had friends that they were caught in such a bad storm that they just put all their lights on, protected themselves, and stayed in one area, because you can't even walk through the immense dust. It's kind of scary, but you just have to wait until it passes where you are. Bring goggles, bring your masks, everything that's in my other video about preparation. It's also a good idea to have some kind of strong scooter, or even a vehicle that you can drive, or like a little golf cart is going to be very helpful out there. This year the burn is going to be a little more spread out. People are camping according to this map, but it's going to be a shit show. There's no streets necessarily, and it's sort of all up to us, and I guarantee you people will be way more spread out this year. That's why there's going to be more driving, and you need to be more lit up. But you might want to consider your transportation situation. I'm personally taking my gas-powered scooters for the dick bats, taking my scooters, and those will be my vehicles of transportation out there. They run gas. They can get me like 3 to 5 miles on like a little tank of gas, so I know that I'm going to be able to get around. Some friends of mine are also bringing a golf cart that has become a purple people eater. For clothing, I suggest wearing really lightweight white clothing. I have shirts like this from Thailand. The material is like really lightweight. It covers all of my arms, and you really don't want to like sunbake and turn into a lobster out there. You want to be in light, thin, airy clothing that can breathe. The most important thing, in my opinion, for taking care of your body is something I want to talk to you about now, and that's substances. This is your first burn. Do not experiment with new substances. It's going to be a very extreme environment. Personally, I do not party with any nose candy, but you need to be super careful. I would be wary of even getting intoxicated this year because there is so little help out on Playa. There will be Bureau of Land Management, like sheriffs. They'll be patrolling, I'm sure, and they'll be enforcing the rules, making sure people, they're not dumping on the open playa, and that they're following the important playa guidelines to protect that environment. But other than those Bureau of Land Management people and the other burners, you're on your own. And the environment is so intense. I probably won't even drink alcohol. I usually do enjoy drinking out there, but I always get super dehydrated. By like day 3 or 4, my calves get these terrible Charlie horse cramps and leg cramps, stuff like that. Even though I do consume electrolyte water, if you drink a lot of alcohol, it's gonna dehydrate you in such a bad, hot, dry environment. A really important safety tip I can give you as well, this I learned from my buddy Rave Beast, who's a music festival medic as well. And he keeps a little package of Gatorade powder and just puts a few spoonfuls of Gatorade powder with his water every day when he goes out. This adds just a little sugar and sodium and electrolytes to your regular water, and that helps keep you alive as you're out there partying or dancing or whatever in such a hot environment. So get some electrolyte powder or even Gatorade powder of a flavor that you like, and you can put a scoop or 2 of that in your water. My goal of this video, and part of the goal with me going out there, is not just to have a good time, but to minimize the amount of suffering and death that happens. I don't want to hear that 25,000 people went to Black Rock Desert and that hundreds of them didn't make it home. So please take these tips that I give you seriously, like life or death. Think about your life when you go out there and think of it as a precious thing. Sanitation, this is another important thing. When you're out there, obviously if you're pooping in a bucket and you're living without good bathroom facilities, it's important to keep your hands clean. So wet wipes, super critical. I also suggest you bring like a spray hand sanitizer because you're going to be going number 1 and 2, and at night it's going to be just nice to clean your hands completely. And sometimes you may end up eating with your hands. And I have heard of people who did not pass on the pickles, and they ended up putting their hand in a jar of pickles that someone was just handing out, like really nice. Hey guys, pickles. Anyone want a pickle? Trying to be nice and share the gift of pickles. Well, someone with doo-doo hands reached in there and took one, and then somebody else reached in there, and somebody else reached in there, and then they eat with their hands, and it's just terrible if you get that kind of stomach problem out there. You're going to get really dehydrated if you're throwing up because you ate with unclean hands. So avoid sharing like community food, and make sure you always sanitize your hands before you eat, just to ensure that you're not going to have a stomach problem out there. And lastly, even though it just sounds like I told you that we're entering one of the scariest places ever, have fun. Everything that gets brought to Burning Man this year, or Plan B, is that much more special. There is an amazing community that is not organizing it all, but we are going to be giving stuff away in different ways out there. I have friends who are DJs. They're coming to play some music for us. I am going there to spin fire. Not everyone from my team will be going, but a couple of us have banded together and we are going out there to do some fire dancing for you guys. I've also built the heart art piece. Please find my camp with the heart art piece. So even though it's dangerous and you need to prepare, I want you guys to still have fun and bring something to give back to people you meet out there when you show up. Let's keep the 10 principles in our hearts. Let's gift, and let's take care of each other. Let's take care of the playa, and let's please all just have an amazing week out there and come home safe and sound in one piece. If you enjoyed these tips, and if you're coming to Black Rock Desert, please smash the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. I will be doing a documentary of my experience going to Black Rock Desert to Plan B to the Renegade this summer. If you have any survivor tips for Burning Man, please leave those in the comment section. Maybe they can help somebody. Feel free to share this video with another burner. Good luck to you out there. I'll see you next time, and just have a powerful day.